I don't think anyone in the NBA has the level of faith that Angel Reese has because she goes in.
Patrick Bet-David just delivered one of the most brutal reality checks of the year, and it was directed right at Angel Reese, who claims to be among the best players in the world.
I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person, it's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that.
Patrick Bet-David made it crystal clear. He doesn't share the same opinion of Angel Reese that she has of herself. He responded with a calm, sarcastic, and brutally honest remark, blending faith, God, and her jump shot into what might be the smoothest roast ever delivered on his podcast. Now, everyone's wondering the same thing. What did Angel Reese say that set this off? And how did Patrick manage to turn it into one of the most honest moments on his show? We're about to unpack it all, but before we dive in, if you've ever thought someone needed to say this out loud, go ahead and drop a reality check in the comments. So here's what happened. About 2 weeks ago, Patrick Bet-David released a new podcast episode. At first, it was business as usual, just the panel chatting about the NBA, the WNBA. Nothing out of the ordinary. But things quickly shifted. As soon as the conversation turned to Angel Reese, PBD didn't pull any punches. At first, it even sounded like he was going to compliment her, maybe give some recognition or show a bit of respect. In fact, he literally opened by saying, "Please don't forget to like the video and subscribe my channel for more awesome content. Thanks."
Honestly, she must. There's a part of me that wants to compliment her.
He started off with, "Honestly, there's a part of me that wants to compliment her." And for a second, you're thinking, all right, maybe he's coming around. Maybe he's about to give Angel some well-deserved praise. Nope. What followed was so unexpectedly savage and dripping with sarcasm, it completely caught everyone off guard. You couldn't help but laugh.
Anyone in the NBA has the level of faith that Angel Reese has because she goes in and she just throws the ball up.
She doesn't even care where
she
it
doesn't
goes.
know where it's going.
That's what makes it so funny. What kind of compliment was that even supposed to be? It was the kind of backhanded remark that sounds polite on the surface but hits like a punchline.
Understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, she goes in and it's like, and it just goes like this.
He actually said her shots are a whole act of faith, and that line alone had the entire room cracking up. I mean, think about it. That's not just shade. That's a full-blown spiritual roast.
And I just watch it. It's a moment of faith. I have an emotional connection with God when I watch her play because, you know, you tell me you believe in God like Angel Reese does.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot of people that have her level.
This man actually said that watching Angel Reese play basketball makes him feel closer to God. Like, who else could get away with saying something like that on air? Only Patrick Bet-David. And he did it with a straight face. But that was just the warm-up. Right when you think it's all playful jabs or cleverly disguised compliments, Patrick flips the switch. That's when it really heats up. He stopped holding back and started questioning her actual skills, and to drive his point home, he didn't just talk. He came with receipts. Mid-episode, he literally asked his team,
Hey. Rob, can you just show highlights of her, you know,
jump set?
Yeah.
Can we?
You know, at this point
there's
of the game,
there's a highlight of Angel Reese laying it.
Then comes the moment that sealed it. Clip after clip of Angel Reese missing layup starts rolling, and Patrick, cool as ever, tells his team, "Lashes, go ahead." He's just sitting there, calmly narrating the whole thing like he's hosting a comedy show, not analyzing basketball. And then he hits you with the line of the night. He's not impressed by her stats or skills, he's amazed by her confidence. The way she launches the ball without a second thought, like she has no clue or care where it's going. And with a dead serious tone, he says, "You tell me you have that kind of faith. Did Jordan have that kind of faith? Tell me you have that kind of faith, Jordan." It's the kind of roast that's so bold, so subtle, and so funny, you almost forget he's completely dismantling her game in real time.
Michael
You
Jordan.
have that kind of faith? I don't have that kind of faith.
One more.
What is this?
I don't have that kind of faith.
Like, he's not even trying to be funny, he's genuinely baffled. And honestly, that's what makes it so entertaining. At this point, he's not just poking fun at Angel Reese's wild shot selection, he's comparing her faith in her game to Michael Jordan's, and let's be clear, it's not a compliment. But just when you think he's finished roasting her and ready to move on, he does another classic PBD pivot. Totally switches up the vibe. He turns to Adam, super casually, and goes,
I'm thinking about for Adam buying a courtside ticket to Caitlin Clark's game. You know what game I wouldn't
Save
mind
that
going
money,
to?
PBD.
You know what game I wouldn't mind going to? When they face each other.
Oh.
Do you know why? Because there's one thing I love about sports. That's
Very
missing.
honest.
Animosity.
And that's the moment you realize this isn't just about Angel Reese anymore. It's deeper than that. It's about the tension, the rivalry, the animosity. Patrick doesn't just want to critique her game. He wants to see her go head-to-head with Caitlin Clark again. Not just because it'd be a good matchup, but because he knows there's real friction there. And in sports, that kind of energy is everything. Then he drops the question. If it was Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark, would you go to that game? And without missing a beat, everyone's like, 100%.
Would you want to go to the game?
100%.
Courtside.
100%.
Would you actually want to go to the
Pat,
game?
why don't you invite him to the podcast? Both of them.
That's it.
He even circles back to double check. For real? Both of them? And the whole room's in sync, no hesitation. A big, loud, unanimous yes. At that point, it's clear. This isn't just commentary, it's hype. Patrick just turned a roast into a full-on spotlight moment for one of the most talked-about rivalries in women's basketball.
For both of them?
Yes, at the same time.
It would be...
Angel Reese.
And
No,
Stephen
do the
Smith.
podcast from Court.
Because no matter how you feel about Angel Reese, one thing's undeniable. The competitive energy would be off the charts. And the funny part? Angel knows it. She's said it herself. People aren't just tuning into the WNBA for Caitlin Clark. They are watching for her too. Love her or hate her, Angel brings drama, energy, and attention. And that's exactly what keeps fans coming back.
The reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize.
See, that kind of confidence? It's bold, loud, and unapologetic. But let's be real, sometimes it borders on delusional. Because Angel Reese doesn't just believe she's good. She genuinely believes she's the best. Like she's the reason opposing teams are losing sleep the night before tip-off. It's that next-level self-belief that makes her polarizing, and honestly, impossible to ignore.
Who's the best player in the country?
To the media or me?
As you see it.
I feel like I'm the best player in the country.
She really believes every scouting report starts with her name, like coaches are in film sessions saying, "Forget Caitlin, how do we stop Reese?" It's wild, because on paper, the numbers don't exactly back that up. She's not dominating games the way her confidence suggests. The hype she carries doesn't always match what's happening on the court.
Please tell me it's a fake quote. Please tell me this is a fake quote.
She believes every scouting report starts with her name, like coaches are sitting around going, "Forget Caitlin, how do we stop Reese?" But the truth? That's a stretch. Because on paper, she's not exactly dominating. Sure, there are double-doubles here and there, but they are not game changers. She's missing layups, struggling at the rim, and her team isn't stacking wins. Yet she carries herself like she's Shaq 2.0, like defenders are losing sleep just thinking about guarding her. And it'd be funny if it weren't so consistent. Angel's never been the quiet type. She doesn't avoid attention, she chases it. In her mind, she's already arrived, standing shoulder to shoulder with Caitlin Clark on the imaginary WNBA Mount Rushmore. Angel truly believes this is a rivalry, 1A versus 1B. But let's be real. Caitlin Clark is out here rewriting record books. Angel? She's just rewriting her own scouting report to make it sound tougher. Remember college? Caitlin hit the "you can't see me." Angel saw it, paused, and came back with bet. She hit that same taunt in the national championship like she'd just taken out the final boss. But that was college. Now we're in the pros. No more viral moments, just grown women, grown games, and stats that don't lie. Angel's putting up 13 and 13, solid numbers on paper. But it's not translating to wins. It's not intimidating. And it's definitely not Caitlin Clark level impact. Angel acts like the WNBA owes its existence to her presence. But in reality, she's missed more layups this season than she's made headlines, unless you're counting ejections and post-game quotes. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is giving teams nightmares. They are overhauling defensive schemes just to slow her down. She's pulling defenders 30 feet from the basket like she has some kind of gravity field. And yet Angel believes she's the main attraction. Is it delusion, or is it just brilliant marketing? Because that blind, bold confidence, that unshakable belief, it's what keeps her in the headlines, even when the scoreboard forgets she played. So while Angel keeps declaring herself the league's biggest problem, Caitlin Clark, Lexi Hull, and the Indiana Fever are out here letting their games do the talking. They are not asking for the spotlight, they are earning it. Caitlin's changing the rules every time she steps on the court. Lex is locking down stars with triple the pressure and a fraction of the hype. And the Fever? They are starting to look like the one team no one wants to see come playoff time.
Caitlin Clark and Ephesia Collier named the 2025-18 WNBA All-Star Game Team Captains.
And guess what? Even the All-Star rankings back it up. While Caitlin Clark is leading the entire league with over 1.3 million votes, Angel Reese barely scraped past 500,000. The gap isn't just on the court, it's showing up in the numbers, the votes, and the fans' voices too.
My angel, you're my darling. Angel Reese walking in to last night.
And here's the kicker. Even the players' votes tell the story. When the athletes themselves had their say, Angel Reese ranked 12th among frontcourt players. Not 5th. Not even 6th. 12th. Yet she still has the audacity to call herself the league's biggest star. At the end of the day, we all know where Angel Reese really stands in the basketball world. She's talented, she's marketable, and she's definitely loud. But calling herself one of the top players in the world? Patrick Bet-David wasn't buying it. And honestly, neither were most of us. His takedown wasn't just savage, it was the confirmation a lot of people were already thinking. The stats don't lie. The film doesn't lie. And when you stack the hype against real dominance, well, let's just say she's not exactly MJ. So now the real question. Does Angel Reese deserve the hate she gets? Or are we just witnessing a confident young player still figuring it out under the bright lights? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you think Patrick Bet-David was just saying what everyone else was thinking, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel.